Okay. Do-do-do. Alright. Let's do this. Okay. All right. Let's start this draft. Let's put the see what we've got. Flip the coin, and we'll get this show on the road, shall we? Looks like it's going to be Lords of Luke versus Blob Emoji, also known as the Chadz. Looking to see maybe another heavy armor reduction draft. We've seen a couple of those with some Slardars, some PAs, some Weavers. We could see some magic damage with some Zeuses and Death Prophets. So we will see the first pick going to Lords of Luke, Dire, chosen by Blob Emoji. That seems to be their side of choice. And we'll be right up into game one. Some bands that I expect to see, probably a Treant, probably a PA or a Slardar maybe. Probably PA rounds 2, but depending on how bold Lords of Luke are with it. Probably a Timbersaw, Tanya Timbersaw, absolutely. Oh, actually, wait. Tanya's been subbed out, so we have Jack playing, so probably not a Timbersaw, actually. Maybe a Nature's Prophet band.
10 seconds left. Well, 8 now.
And maybe...
4.
Death Prophet. Yep, Death Prophet band. That was a pretty strong hero last game. Very tanky. Easy to go around. Take towers early. Applies a lot of pressure. Stays alive. A lot of sustain. Sustain being really strong in these fights. It seems like the heroes that you really want to play this patch are the ones that can get into a fight and get right back out, heal back up, and then re-engage as required. Or the teams that are going to... or the heroes that are going to be able to sustain the whole time. And again, we see a Witch Doctor band out also. So either a Treant probably banned again on this on Blob Emoji, and then if not a Treant, then we'll see maybe a Monkey King. We did see a couple of Monkey King bands. Ursa was a pretty popular first phase band.
Dire gets the ban.
Ricky is a good band. That's a hero that's going to go around, silence everyone, and really throws off any kind of initiation. If he can silence or sleep your initiator in the middle of a fight, or right before a fight, that's always really strong. Absolutely very disruptive. Also, the AoE silence is very strong as well. So, Blob Emoji is going to take the Slardar band. Apparently, they were watching out for Lords of Luke. They will have a little bit of, both teams will know at least a little bit about how the other team is playing Blob Emoji because they have Jack on their team who got to watch Lords of Luke play. And Lords of Luke will pick the Treant, right? So a lot of healing, a lot of sustain, like I was saying, is what I'm going to make those heroes stick around for a lot longer in these fights. And then definitely a hero that I would have expected Blob Emoji to ban if they weren't going to ban the Slardar here. Things we can expect to see as a return. Timbersaw is actually really good against Tree.
Dire's turn.
Underlord, very good offlaner. Oh, Lena made it through the first phase. I didn't even think about that. Absolutely broken hero right now. Her constant damage, physical output, magical output are both really strong. Very fast hero, able to move around and kite frequently.
I told you they weren't a coward. 5 seconds.
Yeah, Lena's not a fun hero to play against this patch. For her sidekick, probably I would expect to see. We we can see, I still think an Underlord's really strong, being able to get around the map quickly and constantly, being able to fight whenever being able to fight wherever is needed and then immediately go across the map and push. Almost impossible to kill in the laning phase, lots of damage reduction.
Radiant's up.
And it will be an Earthshaker. Okay, so a really big team fight ult. Those are pretty popular. They've been pretty popular today. Strong initiation. They don't have a
banning time.
Ricky to slow him down. Rubik. Okay, so Rubik, interesting pick here. I like Rubik because he does a lot of magic damage and then he can steal the Echo Slam. Can be kind of weak in lane and pretty greedy as far as supports go. So we would expect Lords of Luke to maybe pick a slightly less greedy offlaner if they've got a Rubik on there. Or maybe they think that Blob Emoji is going to go for a kind of defense threat, which doesn't really seem all that plausible with Alina Earthshaker. I would expect Blob Emoji to really be in your face most of the game. Not really the kind of playstyle that I think Rubik wants to respond to, but yep. And we will see the Ursa ban, like I was talking about earlier, from the Blob Emoji. They've been banning out a lot of those heroes that like to jump in the middle of the fight. Again, Ursa's got a lot of sustain, hits really hard, a lot of burst capacity. Respect ban from Lords of Luke on Nature's Prophet. Absolutely expected. Jack plays a lot of Nature's Prophet, so I would definitely not be surprised to see the Nature's Prophet here. I think we're really expecting right now someone who can really prevent blinking, an Earthshaker that's going to blink in, counter-initiate the Alina. Someone who's got some getting around the map possibilities from Lords of Luke. Maybe, honestly, Quap is probably not that bad from Lords of Luke. Not necessarily the strongest hero this patch, but I think we could see a fifth pick Quap mid, or Storm Spirit's really good. Someone with a lot of mobility to wait until the Earthshaker has already used the spells, or to jump on the Earthshaker before you can go. Because the Earthshaker is really there, I think, to protect the Luna largely. Okay, and the Drow banned out from Blob Emoji. That does kind of makes sense. I think they're maybe not looking to pick Drow. I was kind of expecting a Drow from Blob Emoji. I think that it would have been pretty strong with Alina, but maybe they're looking to go something with a little bit more meat on their bones in the safe lane. Or someone that needs a little bit less protecting. Maybe a Slark getting picked out for Blob Emoji. Yep. Lords of Luke ban. Okay, so Arc Warden, also a Jack hero. Something else they could be trying to deal with is like split push. I know that split push is pretty difficult for them to deal with, or can be difficult to deal with. We did see the last couple games people were able to handle it pretty well, but yeah, this game I think. Okay, Lone Druid. Okay, so they're really just going after split push or Jack heroes, which are almost identical. There's a lot of overlap. Jack really likes being able to play heroes that can do a lot of different things at the same time. Blob Emoji, I am expecting a PA ban. I think not banning PA here is probably a mistake. I think that it's going to be hard to. I mean, we saw even last game when they were picking items, they were getting MKBs, that sort of thing to deal with it. It's just so hard to respond to. And the tree and the Rubik are really going to protect the PA here. And there's also the idea of familiarity, right? Like if they're really familiar with a hero, you don't want them to be able to play it. You want to keep them out of it. Okay, so they will ban the Slark. I guess they're probably going to pick the PA. That's my expectation. PA is like really strong. If they don't pick the PA here, I would expect an almost immediate PA response from Lords of Luke. Yeah, okay, so if we get a PA on Blob Emoji, and then Lords of Luke also probably try to respond with something that can break passes, maybe a Viper, although it has failed. Okay, Brewmaster, so they'll get a Brewmaster for the Jack. Probably a PA from Lords of Loot. I could be completely wrong. They could not ever pick Phantom Assassin at all this game. I think that'd be really interesting. But,
just long enough to
yeah, okay, so Brewmaster, again, a deck hero, something that they can play a lot, is going to be really in their face. I will like to point out that Jack likes to be very different, very separated from his team pretty frequently, so likes to run off, make sure someone's split, and then show up to battle. So maybe not the in-your-face kind of hero that someone might be expecting a Brewmaster to be, at least as far as like counter initiation or being there when his team's in the middle of a fight. I'd expect him to show up like maybe halfway through and try to fill in a maybe similar slot to the Lena. So a lot of damage there. Axe picked for Lords of Loot. I don't actually really like this pick. I think that it's going to have a lot of difficulty dealing with the Flame Remnant from the Brewmaster. But I think it was largely just picked to do the counter initiation on the Lena or be able to catch the Lena through BKB. It is really good for that. Other than that, not really a whole lot. It could also be there to try and deny a PA pick on Blob Emoji, but oh man, and PA is so strong here. If you get a PA with a shard right now, she will absolutely run over Lords. Probably a little rough in the laning stage. Laning against Axe is a melee hero who's very rarely an easy or enjoyable endeavor, but
5 seconds.
You know, and then people could also be saving PA for a last pick, thinking this could be there later. Necro is pretty good here, but they're actually out of cores if they pick Necro. Okay, so it looks like we'll probably have a mid Brewmaster with an offlane Undying and a Earthshaker with a safe lane Lena. So no Necro. I'd expect a PA ban on either side.
10 seconds.
I'm going to be very surprised if nobody picks PA here. Well, maybe everybody's just figuring out who's who and what's what and what they can get away with, and maybe they're seeing if they can save her for next game. Okay, more magic damage banned out on Lords of Loot. That's expected. They've got a lot of armor. Between the Axe, the Dragon Knight, the Treant Heal. So having the ban of the Lesh is going to make a lot of sense. I expect a Zeus ban, maybe a Timbersaw ban. Timbersaw is really good. Oh, actually, no, never mind. I take that back. It looks like Blob Emoji still hasn't picked their 5. So maybe it could be a position 5 Zeus. I'd like to see a position 5 Zeus. I think a position 5 Zeus that rushes Shard is going to be really strong this game. It could also be a position 4 Lena or something like that. We'll see.
Banning time.
Okay, Sniper banned out for Blob Emoji. And, I mean, yeah, PA does not actually like playing against Undying usually. At least not at first. So we'll see what we get banned on Lords of Loot. I think another ban, possibly,
5 seconds.
if not,
3, you get it.
maybe like a Shaman. Okay, Tusk. Interesting. Alright, so that does give Blob Emoji a lot of big, that would have given them a lot of big, bulky strength heroes. They already have quite a few pretty bulky strength heroes. And actually both teams are kind of susceptible to a Timbersaw right now. I think Timbersaw is a pretty good pick here, except for maybe having a little bit of difficulty versus Lena, which is something that you really want to be able to do. But I still really think that PA will probably be picked for Lords of Loot here, and then maybe let's see. You want something that can handle the blink of the Axe. Is going to handle the fact that the rest of both these teams are a little bit greedy. You're going to want, I assume this is a position 3 Undying with position 4 Earthshaker. But either way, you're going to want Greaves on one of those heroes at least. And then a Blink Dagger on your Earthshaker. Blink Dagger on the Rubik. Rubik's pretty greedy, so I don't want a lot of farm, or at least a bit of farm. And especially with how defensive the Lords of Luke draft is right now, I think that finding that farm could be kind of difficult. I don't think that they really... Well, we'll see. We'll see. I think that we might have some difficulty maintaining the amount of gold that you really need to sustain the kind of team Lords of Luke has right now. And they're running kind of low on time right now, so we've got about 3 seconds until we get a random, and it will be picked at the last possible second. Terrorblade. Okay, so kind of greedy. I actually their whole lineup is pretty balanced. Actually, I think it will have a little bit of difficulty with the laning phase. I think with them dying, but once it gets to team fights, I think Lords of Luke are looking pretty strong here. Got a lot of damage coming out from the Terrorblade, a lot of armor on both the Terrorblade, the Axe, and the Dragon Knight. I think you're really looking for some kind of magic damage on Blob, which you do have some. You do have the Echo Slam from the Earthshaker. That's going to be very strong. You're going to want the Lena is going to be all right against the Terrorblade, but absolute enormous amounts of damage coming from the meta there. So we'll have to see. It would be maybe a Luna could be good here with some magic damage and the ability to deal with Terrorblade illusions. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. There could be a couple really good heroes to pick here. Venomancer. That's right. I keep forgetting that they needed a. I kept forgetting they needed a 5. Okay, so Venomancer is going to make it difficult for the Lords of Luke to get around in a fight. So Blob Emoji is going to be able to handle that at least a little bit, canceling bleeds, slowing them down, doing a lot of magic damage for that Venomancer. But once a pipe comes out, I'm kind of scared for Blob Emoji. I don't know, both these teams actually. I take that back. I think these drafts, I think that the one I'd rather be on is Lords of Luke. I think they've got a generally slightly better draft. I think it's easier to execute. Most of these heroes are relatively easy to play. And being able to steal the Tombstone from the Undying would be good, from the Rubik. Being able to steal, there's a couple really good. You almost anything from the Earthshaker, and then most things from the Venomancer. The Rubik is going to be safe on. They've got a bit of save, and it's going to be hard for Blob Emoji unless they can get the Lena on the Terrorblade, which I think is their goal for most of these fights, for them to finish and keep the Terrorblade locked down. Once they do have a couple pretty big, both teams have some pretty big team fight holds that they want to fight around. Much more so Lords of Luke than Blob Emoji, but Blob Emoji does have the meta that they're kind of waiting for. I mean, either way they'll be okay. I think Lords of Luke will be able to keep it up both times. So. But we get into the game, and let me take you through our heroes. So we have Juicebox, or Tree Boy, on his level 30 Treant with Boots and Tingos. Terrorblade, played by Yakumuntosh, with most of a Wraith Band, Quelling Blades and Tangos. Jellyfishy, playing, or Spring Things, with a Quelling Blade, Salve, Tangos. He will be playing the offlane Axe, position 4 Rubik, played by Badass Muscle Car Hyde. And last, Young Base Punami Slappa on the mid Dragon Knight. We'll call him Slappa the rest of the game. We got Jack on the mid Brewmaster for the Dire, playing for Blob Emoji. Samson playing the position 4 Venomancer, or position 5 Venomancer. Position 4 Earthshaker, played by Just Call Me Sir.
The main event.
And
Big Dance, the Sport of Kings, the Field of Dreams. The world.
Blah. Playing Lena. Oh, is this a... Oh, this is a mid Venomancer. Okay. So this is a mid Venomancer with an off-lane Brewmaster. And then the position 5 Undying, played by Meniscus. Okay, so a little bit of a lane swap around, role swap from what I was expecting. Juicebox starting off very aggressive in the lane. But that's to be expected for sure. One of the reasons why he's such a strong support is he can just run up, and he's already got he's already got healing and sustain, or Nature's Grasp also is slow. Being able to just constantly drop that. Samson, mid. That Poison Sting is going to be pretty annoying for the Dragon Knight until he gets maybe a little bit more Dragon's Blood, but he might just choose to go for more aggressive build. So he can... And Meta dropped out almost immediately. First minute from the Terrorblade. Against a double melee lane, that's going to be actually kind of difficult to deal with. Top, the lane's pushed up pretty far, generally, which will make it kind of easier for this axe to deal with, although the constant strength steal from the Undying and the harass from the ranged Lena is not really something you want to do, have to do anything against this axe here. Bottom. Man, the crisscrosses between this Earthshaker and the Treant are really enjoyable. There's a lot of like constant fighting, close aggro down here. Axe dropping very low. He does have the 9 stick charges, so as long as he's careful, he's not gonna fall to anything. He does drop his Salve here. Runes are up mid, and there's a bottle on the Venomancer. The Dragon Knight choosing not to go for bottle, it looks like, so he will have some. It looks like the Venom will probably have an easier time going for these runes here. Rune control slightly less concerning for him, for the Dragon Knight. And this bottom lane here, going very well for Lord of the Blue. They've got the most CS on the Terrorblade. He's got full mana, full health, and he is just running down Jack and this monster. Very difficult to deal with. The Lena is doing alright on last hits top, but she is outpaced by the Terrorblade and the Dragon.
Fire's courier has lost its brave battle with a bunch of swords and fireballs, taken too soon.
Okay, both safe lanes are pushed up into the opposite tower. Man, let's see. Okay, Tombstone dropped. The axe will fall, but the Rubik cannot sustain against the zombies, and both heroes fall top. So Lords of Luke maybe having a little bit of difficulty up here.
Costly.
Jack going on the Treant. Juicebox will fall. Just a little bit of right click, and now the Terrorblade's solo in lane. He does have meta up again, so he's not really good though. Meniscus does have his boots. Almost no mana though. So the constant strength steal is going to be maybe reduced for a little bit. We'll see.
None for you.
Oh gosh. Mango pops. Oh, but the Lena misses the stun. We'll have to walk back to lane in shame. Very close to a kill there. Meta thrown out by the Terrorblade. just going to get some more last hits on it. Our hit her very low, but not a whole lot they can do against this Terrorblade here, especially with the constant sustain from the tree. Meniscus does have a clarity, he's going to come back in the lane, and it's going to get really difficult for this axe engage in just a minute. I think one thing we're going to have to be careful about this game is how difficult it's going to be to bring down these heroes with all their sustain, with all their armor, especially with the Terrorblade just swapping health pools and going up maybe to full health from almost none in the middle of a fight. Axe will fall again up top. Lena just dominating, but still nowhere near the number of last hits the Terrorblade and the Dragon Knight have, and that's really showing on the net worth graph here.
Death tax.
Lena, caught by the call, will be able to walk away. She does have a full level advantage and a Falcon Blade, which is going to give her enough to stick around and be able to 1v2 tank the Rubik and the Axe for at least a little bit. And this bottom lane is just impossible to handle. Between Jack and between the Terrorblade meta and the armor sustain slow damage from the tree.
Ownage.
And the Rubik falls again top. So lots of kills top, but it's probably gonna, I'd be afraid to get this false sense of confidence from the Lena. Because even though they're getting all these kills, if you look at the net worth, Lena is still behind the Terrorblade. Treant does fall bottom to the Brewmaster and the Echo Saber, and looks like they're just biding their time, waiting. This Terrorblade did skip Sunder. I don't know that they know that, but they could get away with maybe a little bit more aggressive play as soon as this meta ends in a couple seconds here. And they're getting aggressive. I wonder if they know Venomancer rotating bottom, and Reflection comes out, but it will not be anywhere near enough. So they do stifle the Terrorblade for just a minute here, slow her down. And while we were bottom, we lose the Undying top.
Dyer's top tower is really taking a beating.
It'll be the first kill for Team
Looks like Dyer's top tower
for the Lords of Loot here.
Radiant might want to haul some ass down to their bottom tower. Oh, they've still got one.
Venomancer, TP's top with the DD, lift from the Rubik. Tombstone comes out, breathe fire on the Venomancer, but the Dragon Knight is getting kited. The Poison Sting slowing him down. The Brewmaster TP top on top of him. Thunderclap will slow him. Dragon Knight doing everything he can to stay on top, and the armor from the tree will keep him alive for a very long time, but he will fall. Overall, a good fight for the Dire here, getting about 700, 800 gold swing their way. The Venomancer will take the top of the net worth charts. Looking for something. Looking to pressure this tower here. I think the earlier that you can pressure these towers against the Terrorblade, the earlier you can prevent him from being able to free farm like he's about to do now. But I think it's really important that they take this tower here, prevent them from having that kind of roach control, prevent them from being safe if you going into a triangle, and really get kind of aggressive.
Top tower don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated. Okay, fine, you can look. It's kind of funny.
And we actually see Blob able to get pretty aggressive here on multiple lanes with a little bit of advantage. Terrorblade just wants to farm, right? So this is the difference that we're going to see from Blob and from the Lords of Luke here is that Blob is going to be, Lords of Luke is going to be much more concerned with getting farm with Terrorblade, but of course really doesn't want to hit jungle creeps. And
you can look. It's kind of funny.
The Blob emoji is going to be a lot more able to just constantly push these towers with the Venomancer, with the Lina. One thing is that the Treant is going to keep these towers alive for a really long time with these heals, so you might almost have to burst these towers if that makes sense. Sun and Breathe Fire out on the Earthshaker, but not a lot coming out of it now. We do see 4 heroes coming up top of it from Blob emoji to defend, and we actually lost the Terrorblade to a gank from the Brewmaster. I completely missed that. This is actually really good for Blob emoji here. Terrorblade is not farming, and they were able to take the bottom tower, establishing control in the Radiant jungle, and then maybe move through and take this mid tower here. Venomancer maintaining a presence, staying available and on the map so that Lords of Luke know that if they rotate out or if they stop defending this tower, they're going to just leave it. And honestly, just being here and seeing applies so much pressure to Lords of Luke right now. And they don't know who they can rotate out and when and where. Dragon Knight will come farm. I don't know if the Lina can pull this off. They have a lot of armor. Both of them will just go their separate ways. Lina will farm a bit. Dragon Knight will farm a bit. And Blob emoji getting more and more aggressive, able to walk up and continue to hit this tower, but again, the armor coming out, and it's actually gaining health despite being hit by the wards here, so... again, this is going to be maybe a difficult siege. Unless they can really keep the Lords of Luke out of defending this tower. It looks like they will be able to take this top tower. Brewmaster, Jet, able to scout out Terrorblade. Again, he does have the Syndra, so he will back away. Primal split up in 6 seconds. Slappa ready to engage. We see Rubik also up here, trying to defend the Terrorblade, keep his farm here. Jack and Blood is really trying to disrupt the Terrorblade's farm, which is really what they want to do here, because later in the game, this Terrorblade's going to be not enjoyable to deal with. Chadz or Blob emoji setting up to take this mid tier 1, really constrict on the Radiant play here. We see that even though the Lina's got some farms and magic damage, she really doesn't do a whole lot to the back. She's honestly just making space, trying to draw away heroes so they can get away with taking these towers. She will TP top, try and deal with the Spring Thing Axe. We'll see 2 heroes actually. The Earthshaker also up here. No Blink Dagger yet, actually very far from Blink Dagger. But they will defend the tower, and mid will fall to the Chadz. This map is getting smaller and smaller for Lords of Luke here. Venomancer, or Samson, walking in, will drop the Poison Nova, lifted by the Rubik, and will fall to right clicks in meta. Lots of strength steal from the Undying. Call will go out, and the Prime is split. Stun on Terrorblade will when he falls, and the Undying will be able to make it out. And Axe also falls to right clicks from the Lina, and Primal split minions. And the map continues to get smaller.
Kicking sweet hell out of Radiant's bottom tower.
Oh, Lords of Luke. Almost every tower has Radiant creeps or Dire creeps at it or very near it. We see Terribly actually TP's bottom, kind of away from his team right now. Should be okay because we see Blob emoji or Chadz posing mid as if for a fight. Lina back in the jungle, still farming, does have TP boots though, so she's effectively everywhere on the map at once. Going for a pipe on the Venomancer, probably going to try and deal with some of this magic damage coming from the tree, and maybe some of the Rubik, but maybe mostly for the healing that he can deal with there.
Nothing to burn.
Trying to farm up in a Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker. And Axe, once again, trying to push up top. Still no Blink Dagger. Actually, is it on the Courier? Okay, Blink Dagger on the Courier for Axe here.
Oh, Rick, he's dominating now. He's dominating.
Oh, and I missed. The Rubik will fall. To the Brewmaster. Split.
That baby is coming down.
Not used though. He has back up in 20 seconds. Lina continues to farm without her team, which makes sense. She has TP boost, but she is very low, so if she has to join a fight, she won't have a whole lot of resources to work with. Max just trying to make some space, push out some waves so that the Chadz have to come back and deal with him. But he will be smoked actually, so he's actually going to try and engage on the fight from the other side. Excellent call, comes out, Sunder onto the Undying. He will be stunned, but able to pull out the strength steal. Root from the tree, Rubik falls, and Undying at the same time. Echo Slam comes out, finishes the Terror Blade, and it looks like Lords of Luke will almost completely wipe here. Axe pulling away with just barely enough help to get away with Poison Sting. And we can expect the Chadz to finish off this bottom tier 1 tower here.
Bounty. Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated.
Actually, no towers taken whatsoever. Lina will go back to the farming. Full health. We'll be going for a Gleipnir here, set up for her stun, damage, and being able to constantly right click. But almost no tower damage, except for, I think, maybe the dominance is started by taking a 1.2k gold swing from Lords of Luke. This ward doing work, spotting out the Axe on the top, and then which she does show the creep wave, and now the dominance asserted by the Chadz is enough to allow them to just take this tower here. Looks like they'll maybe get a little bit of living armor from the tree ends, and then other than that, it's just going to fall. No support at all from Lords of Luke. So we can expect them to take this outpost here, and then start maybe posing up for Roche, pushing up, maybe push up mid, force a fight, then get a pick, or force the Lords of Luke to use meta and the and Overgrowth, and then once those spells are on cooldown, go back. You just need to establish some kind of advantage here. But in the meantime, Lords of Luke will take the top tier 1, so able to get at least a little bit of a foothold. That will be the first tier 1 to fall. for in favor of Lord Luke. Jack Brewmaster will finish his axe. Will get him the Primal Companion, and they're going to start chipping away at this mid tower. On the flip side, though, we will see the Terror Blade does hit towers really hard, and there is no living armor to keep us alive. There is a fort available for both teams. I think that both teams are trying to see if they can maybe pull out with a tower and not allow the other team to get theirs. But Fortified will be used for Chadz. Lena will TP top. Law looking for maybe something more, but content to just clean up these creepways, farm up a little bit. There's the outpost going, and we can expect maybe some wraparounds, maybe a Roche coming out for Blob. Lift onto the Brewmaster will not be enough to save the Rubik. Meta is dropped, and the Primal Companion does go down, but nothing else in favor of Lords of Luke here. Stun comes out on the Terror Blade. Sunder is available. He does not have BKB, though, so he'll stun again. Echo Slam, strong on Kree. Sunder will bring the Terror Blade back up, but he falls very quickly to right click from Lena, and that is the Dragon Knight also gone. Axe, unfortunately, incapable of finding a good spot to jump in there and get the counter initiation off. This turning out to be a very difficult game for Lord of Luke.
Dire is kicking sweet hell out of Radiant's bottom tower.
Right clicks from Melina, bringing this tower down, and probably gonna go back. Maybe gonna go back to Roche. We'll see. I expect him to go back to Roche now. They just had a big fight. Their big ults are down now, though, so they might be waiting until their big ults are down, or maybe until they can get a pick off before they can do it. But it looks like they will be setting up to Roche. Jet sitting just outside the pit. Samson puts up their little a ward there to prevent it, and it looks like they'll start trying to take this Aegis. Axe, again, going back to split pushing. He does have 5 ranged creeps here, but there's a response from the Undying.
Radiant scanning around for enemies.
And Jalali Fishy is just kind of wall calling him back. Keep farming, maybe try and establish some kind of foothold. Some very aggressive wards coming out from Juice Box here. So but he will put them down, TP out. We see posing up for another fight. Axe will be found by the companion, by the Primal Split. Aegis out on the Lena, and Lords of Luke really don't want to fight here. They're gonna try and get out. I guess that's not Primal Split. Oh, okay. Alright, I understand. I need to look at that before. I don't know enough about how movements work. Okay, so Chad's pretty split right now. There's 3 chasing Axe, but and their mid and their carry are gonna sit here and 1v4 almost, or at least pose to siege this tower here. Lena does have the Aegis though, and she is pretty big. Bottom wave will be cut by the Brewmaster, Jack. And just a little bit more of constriction, just a little bit more constricting the Lords of Luke into their holes. Axe sitting in the trees, hoping to maybe get does have a TP, so he will be able to TP out if he needs to. Now. Gleipnir finished up on the Lena. Oh, Sun comes out onto the Undying. He does have a lot of strength steal capabilities. Echo Slam onto 3. Sunder will save the Terror Blade, but the Rubik will fall. Meta comes out. Axe in the middle of the fight, takes down the tombstone but falls to the stomp. Dragon Knight definitely trying to stay alive with all of the poison sting on him, but will slowly tick down.
He's now dominating. He's
Only Rubik left alive. And he will also fall to a stun and a couple of slaps from the Brewmaster. Man, Blob here feels very strong, very difficult to play into. This Lena is just absolutely dominant. I think it was just so difficult to find enough space, really continue to fight. The team was kind of defensive, wasn't able to pull out the big team fights that they really wanted to be able to pull out on the side of Lords of the League here. Not able to defend their map, able to like constantly just suck away space. But we do see almost all heroes coming up for Lords of the League here. Rubik will be up at 9. They will be looking for a return. There is plenty of space for them to get something out of here. They get a good call off, and they do get a call onto the Venomancer, but he walks away. Not enough follow up here. I think as long as they can hold out long enough for this Terrorblade to finish his Scotty, so that he can stay alive in these fights long enough, maybe get a BKB as well. That's when this gets really scary for Chadz. But Rubik will fall right click from the arena and Treant right afterwards. Absolutely painful damage coming from her. Fortify will come out and the buyback on the Treant. Lena will fall. Aegis is gone. Will be coming back in just a minute here. Meta is down though. Echo Slam on 1. Catches the Dragon Knight, and the stun from the Luna Light Strike away raid will find the Treant. He will be able to walk away because the stun from the Dragon Knight saves him. With a constant strength steal from the Undying and the right clicks from the Luna do bring down the Dragon Knight. Meta is up, so this is maybe a little bit of a last minute fight. Stun call from the excellent call from the Axe, and the Terrorblade will fall with Meta down. GG is called. Lords of Luke.
This game got one in the trunk.
Definitely a fair and balanced game right there.
Wow, yeah. What do you think, Toji? That was a rough game. At least it was fast, I guess. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let me test this. Oh, I think that's might be better. Might have fixed the problem.
I left mid-sentence.
Do you want to play?
The series over?
We have one more, but Spring Thing says that they're not going to play again if Jet goes.
Why?
I don't know.
They're all about the same rank.
Oh, because Jack knows all their strats.
Ah. I guess. If you want to.
I would love to, but I'm nowhere near the caliber of players that is present here.
How do you think I feel?
You're way better than I am.
I am Archon, thank you. The whole lot is Legend and or Divine. All that entire team is Legend.
Okay. Let's see. Oh my gosh.
I believe in you. This is Jack is co-captain, then I'll go. I'm eating chips first.
Okay, I'll be honest with you. I really want to play, but
Hello.
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 Oh, they're upset.
I know it's
Yeah.
Bro, what the fuck? They're complaining about me. I'm Ancient One. Fuck them.
I know.
Fuck those guys. But yeah, no, Samson is technically over the cap. That's so.
Does Samson want to cast with you? If you and Samson cast, that'd be pretty cool.
Oh, we could cast. I can ask him about that.
Samson said he wanted to cast.
Oh, so I'm playing with you now?
I feel like their drafting is chalked. Okay, well then draft better. You can't just pick Slardar every game.
Toji and Bash are both capable of going in if we need to. I would love to go in, but I'm not near. That would be like putting Bluesy in. You know what I mean?
No, you'll be fine. You'll bring the lobby level down a little. You'll make it more exciting. And you're within rank, so you don't get a choice.
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna go talk to them.
Alright.
My people left already. Come on, Chalupa. Come on, Chalupa. We are accepting that you are better, I think. Damn, they don't want glory or sex. That's so sad. That draft. Are we on stream? Can we comment about the draft here?
We are currently on stream. Do you want me to end the stream?
No, I want to.
Okay, yeah, we're on stream.
A little bit about the draft. Just a little bit of content. When they picked that Terrorblade, we all started fucking laughing. That was the worst pick I could fathom. It was so awful. Like, at no point in the game is Terrorblade even playable against Brewmaster. And then there's also a Lina, an Earthshaker, and a fucking Undying. We were just like, as soon as I picked Terrorblade, I was like, this is so easy. He doesn't even do that much early damage.
Same thing by myself when Koji left me alone.
I was here. I was just doing fuck else.
You told us you were just letting him think he's alone. Yeah, they let the Lina through because they had to ban 3 Jack heroes, which is always a mistake. Don't ban 3 Jack heroes.
I saw that.
Like,
you can honestly
really funny.
play against Jet. He's so scared. They're like, oh, we know this one thing about one of their players. We're going to absolutely cancel one of their players. Great. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
is
like,
that
and
player...
also you can't, like, banning my heroes is a ridiculous thing to try to do because I have 10 of them. I can play most of them in 2 lanes. There's no reason to try and ban my heroes because I will get one. Just
well, and the other thing is, like, let's say, unless you're the only reason that they're doing well, you're not, it's not gonna, like, it's not gonna do anything because the Chadz won their last 3-game series. They won a 3-game series. You don't win a 3-game series on a fluke, and you weren't in there for any of it. You know what I mean? All 3 of their games, they looked really good.
Damn.
Jesus, dude.
Lords of Luke forfeit. All right.
All right.
All right.
Let's make an announcement. I'd say, even with this, it was a great success compared to past events.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that's exactly because this was a fucking pain in the ass. Yeah. All right. Do you want me to type up an announcement, or are you doing it?
I'm doing it.
All right. Oh, yeah, I should have looked in chat. Oh, yeah, I set the stream thumbnail to this random picture I had because I don't have the Ding Ding Dota thumbnail.
And